Good morning, sixth graders. Welcome to our technology class. This is week 24. So welcome back from the break. I can't believe we're more than halfway through the school year. You guys need to stop growing up. I can't believe it. You're like more than halfway through your first year of middle school. And I remember when you guys were so little. So it's just, I can't believe how fast time goes. So this week we are continuing with our internet safety digital citizenship lesson. So I believe we have, after this, there's like one or two more, and then we will be moving into our computer science, computer coding. So we'll be doing that for like the rest of the school year. And we do a lot of code. So it kind of moves from like these discussion type lessons where I'm having discussions with myself on a video. Well, we would normally be together having discussions, but hopefully getting you guys to think about these topics, right? And then you're writing about them in your assignments. And then it's kind of moving away from that and moving more into like the problem solving, like coding work. And so you'll be doing a lot more. So if you really enjoy coding, you'll be excited to know we'll be moving into coding after we're done with internet safety. Okay. What else did I want to say? Oh, so this week there's no typing lesson. I just decided to give you a typing break. If you need to catch up on any typing like that you might have missed, you can do that this week. Otherwise, you just get a break from typing this week. And then there's going to be a lesson, like a homework for this lesson that we're doing. And there'll be a quiz. So every internet safety lesson, you should make sure that you took the quiz that goes with it. So you can just go in GradeLink and just check. I put the links to all the quizzes in GradeLink too. So if you like can't find the email with the link, just go in GradeLink, and then I think you just click in like details or something like that. I don't know. There's like a little tab and you click on it and then you'll see the link. I copied and pasted in there. So if you're missing any, just make sure you take all the quizzes. It automatically scores you. So what I do is I just go in and I just copy all the scores and then I put them in GradeLink. And then with the written part where you have to type it up, I just read your responses. If it looks like you were very genuine and thorough, you get 100. If it looks like you kind of, didn't really properly answer the question, then I take some points off. So just make sure that you're being thoughtful. I mean, the lessons are for you guys to really be thinking about how this impacts your lives now, being that you guys you're digital. You're on, everything's digital for you guys. And today our topic is talking about digital drama, which is something that definitely is, I think, a part of probably everybody's life. Drama in general, I think we all know dramatic people. They turn little problems into big things. They make a big deal out of everything. It's almost like they thrive off of drama. And so hopefully that's not you guys, but digital drama can be really stressful because, it's one thing if you kind of have like a circle of friends in the class, kind of a small class, not too many people. But when you're talking about digital drama with everybody on the internet, I mean, things spread quickly, right? And it can really become a situation could get out of hand pretty quickly. So we'll be learning about how can we de-escalate digital drama to make sure that it doesn't go too far. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. And so just a reminder, I think we talked about this last time, but when you're working with other people, these are kind of like the norms of how we should be with each other. These are like basic communication, social skills, respect other people's viewpoints, right? So not everybody thinks the way that you do. Hopefully, I mean, you're getting older now. I think you should be realizing this. You look around, you talk to anybody. They don't all think the way that you do. And that's normal, right? Because we're not all the same people. We don't all have the same lives, the same experiences. So be respectful. Don't like be, oh, why do you think like that? What's wrong with you? That's not respectful. Don't interrupt people when they're sharing, right? And I know, again, we're not really having a discussion, but this could be online too, right? Don't like comment over somebody's comment and like disregard what they said. Assume positive intent. So try to assume the best of people and their intentions. It can be tricky because we can't always know someone's tone of voice when we're typing comments and like using like messaging and stuff, because you can't hear their voice. You can't, it's easy to take things out of context that people type, and you don't always know, you know, kind of like what their intent is. So try to just assume that it's positive. And then make sure that you disagree respectfully with people, right? We don't want to be like trashing people because they have a different viewpoint than us. So how does drama or emotional conflict between people happen online? Can you think of any examples? So again, I wish I could ask you guys, maybe you could think about it for a second, but I'm just coming into mind and I'm imagining somebody posts a picture and somebody else sees the picture and starts like kind of, maybe they're jealous or I don't know, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna just trash talk this person. And then they just start typing comments. And then the other person's just like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe they just said that. And then they go on to the other person's TikTok or whatever. And then they're like, oh, I'll just say a mean comment to their video, right? And then it becomes this whole conflict, right? Where they're just starting drama with each other. Or like, oh, they posted a picture with these friends. I can't even believe they were doing that with them and they didn't even invite me, right? And so drama can be, oh dear, it can be with anything, I mean, I'm sure you guys have experienced it in some capacity online. I mean, people are just so, especially nowadays, people are like home, they're on the tech so much, their like emotions are crazy, like it's almost like just steer clear from anybody that seems like they might be ready to blow, because they probably will, and you don't want to be in their path, right? So you guys like maybe just think about how it impacts you if you've ever been a part of digital drama. And like, so we're gonna talk about that. So digital drama, when people use devices, apps, websites, they're starting conflict between people. I mean, gosh, we see this with adults all the times, right? Just don't go to any news websites and look at the comments. I mean, it's constantly people starting conflict between people. I mean, it's pretty sick, actually. You're like, do you have nothing better to do with your life than to sit on a site and just go at it with people in the comment? Like, these aren't even people that you know. Like, what are you doing? Like, wasting your life on these things. But people do it. I don't want you guys getting down that trap, though. You guys are too smart. That's why we're teaching you these things. So by the time you're an adult, you're not going down that trap of, you know, going at it and having this drama conflict thing with people that you don't even know on the internet, right? That's just like a big waste of time. And even with kids your age, it's a big waste of time. So, you know, think about how you spend your time and be like, gosh, do I really want to waste my time on this right now? I could be doing other things, right? How's this really helping me? It's just wasting my time. So we're going to watch this video now. So these are kids kind of sharing about like how they deal with digital drama. So let's take a look at it and then we'll come back and talk about it.
People fight over text all the time. You know, digital drama is a thing.
There are ways to avoid digital drama, but I think it's mainly inevitable.
You need to like get ready to like have something be said that maybe you won't like.
On social media, you know, everything social-wise gets a bit more intense. It just causes so much unnecessary drama, I would say.
Sometimes I need to take a break from it, because sometimes it's too much for me. And then if there's like drama going on, I'll set it aside.
And even though there are steps that we can take to reduce it, it's not going to end.
You can say anything over text, which you would never actually say in real life.
It's so much easier to fight with your friend over the phone than it is to fight with your friend in person. That's a new thing.
People can just hide behind, you know, certain accounts and certain places on social media and just say whatever they want to say. We kind of have this disconnect that I think sometimes social media can cause, where it develops like almost a tolerance for a lack of empathy.
It's really important to think about how other people are going to take it, because whatever comment you make could be seen by potentially thousands or millions of people. Now more than ever, where somebody makes a rude comment and they get put on blast for it.
You don't see the other person's reactions, so you just keep on going. You don't know if the person is sad. You don't know if they're angry. You don't know what they're thinking about you.
Social media can turn into sort of a negative space when there's a lot of like anonymous posting. No one else knows who that person is, so it creates a lot of like tension and drama within friend groups.
In the comment sections of posts that, are viral or popular, I'll see someone voicing an opinion and all of a sudden there'll be a thread of even hundreds of comments, people just arguing and not even knowing each other.
You could get insulted very easily, like on your appearance, on your just anything that you say, anything that you put out onto the internet.
Something so small can escalate to something so big, and as it escalates, the topic can completely change to something that's really big.
People that I know actually worry about how many followers they have compared to other people, if they're not getting as many messages.
When I see the people around me getting into drama on social media, kind of makes me not want to be on social media. It just seems easier to not be a part of that.
I have a couple friends who are very close, but they fight a lot. I'll get screenshots of their conversation from both of the people just being upset and sending long paragraphs about how upset they are. And instead of talking to each other about it in person, as I've suggested to both of them multiple times.
I would say I'm more comfortable talking face to face because on social media, it's hard to communicate a sense of realness and emotions.
The best way to deal with digital drama is to leave what's happening. Maybe it's a group chat that you're in, just to leave that, because the more that people talk about it, the more that people are going to think about it, and the more you might get into it and you might say more things.
It is really easy to get your feelings hurt, but you just gotta it's just they're just hiding behind a screen basically.
I think the best way to deal with digital drama and help mediate it is, first of all, I always suggest talking in person because that's always easier.
Avoiding confrontation is something that I'm trying to be aware that I don't do. A way that I can just disassociate myself from the negativity is to just not respond.
Okay, so after listening to this video, hopefully it was helping you to get a little bit better awareness of this is stuff that kids, they deal with every single day on the internet, right? And so they were sharing about what are some things that they do to deal with it, right? And I think it was pretty good advice, stepping away, kind of taking yourself out of the group chat, distancing yourself. These are when you get a red flag where you know that something is going into a place where you're just gosh, I don't know if I want to be a part of this right now. I think this is going to become a big conflict. This is going to turn into one of those drama things. I don't want to be in it. You distance yourself from it, right? You take a break. You protect yourself. You guard yourself from having that type of involvement because it can lead to a lot of stress. And especially with the internet, because it's 24/7. It's one thing you have a drama with somebody in person, and then you go home and you're oh, I got a break from them. But it's you don't get a break when it's constantly being, it's in the night, right? People are still making comments and stuff. So you guys really, it's kind of like a choice where you're just I've had enough of this. I had my limit. I'm taking a break from this. And even if that means taking a break from using an app that you use because it's just too much, or, you can't handle the comments anymore. That's something that you have to recognize and know how to protect your mental health, right? And your emotional well-being is by having boundaries where you know your boundaries, and then you're able to keep yourself in a place where you're protecting those boundaries and keeping yourself healthy, right? So there's an activity that you guys are going to be working on. So let me see, I'll pull it up and I'll read it with you guys. Let's see, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, So Felicia and Jen are friends from school. They both auditioned for the lead role in the school play. The next day, the drama teacher, Mr. Adler, posts the final cast list, showing that Felicia was selected for the role. Felicia posts a photo of the list on social media with the caption, "Guess who made lead role? Me." Other students at her school see the post and make comments. The comments continue to come in. People start responding with Team Jen and Team Felicia hashtags. Later in the response to Jaden's comments, Felicia posted an embarrassing picture of Jaden and calls him out for failing Mr. Adler's class. So then they kind of have the post here. So there's like a picture of the people that got chose for all the things. Felicia, guess who made lead role? Congrats, cool, awesome, break a leg. Oh, another lead role for Felicia. Imagine that, what a teacher's pet. It should have gone to Jen. She had the best audition, just being honest. Yeah, give someone else a chance, Team Jen. So that's what it looks like. So now you're supposed to choose the perspective of somebody, one of the characters. So Felicia, Jen, Jaden, Mr. Adler, ally, or an ally. Write down the person that you're taking the perspective of, okay? So you're thinking like, who am I gonna take the perspective of? So write down the person and then fill in the chart. I acted the way I did because one thing I could have done differently was, and something that might have stopped me from doing something differently was. So choose somebody. So like, for example, say you chose Felicia. I mean, the way I acted, she acted a little bit like she was kind of like bragging, right? Like, oh, guess who got the lead role? Me, right? One thing she could have done differently. Maybe the way she said it, you know, like, wow, everybody did amazing at the auditions. Like, I'm really thankful that, you know, we all had the chance to audition. Like, great job, guys. Instead of just kind of bragging on herself, like she's congratulating everybody. Something that might have stopped me from doing something differently. Well, maybe the desire to like have the approval and everybody praising her. I don't know. Maybe she was like afraid. She didn't want to do that. So what had you not considered when you thought about the perspective that you chose? So think about like something else that the person can think about. And how could the situation have been de-escalated? What could the different people involved have done? So like you go back up here and you're like, well, I mean, Jaden, he was kind of starting it. He's like, what a teacher's pet, right? It's like, maybe if he hadn't said that, or even saying that it should have gone to Jen, she gave the best audition, right? So that maybe could have stopped it from escalating into a big deal. So that's pretty much your homework. You could just type in the answers to this, and then your quiz is over here, and there's just 4 questions, and it's just reviewing. There's 2 more scenario questions. They're multiple choice. And then what is an example of de-escalation? And there's 1 more question. So you can just do that. Okay, so it's a pretty easy homework. It's just getting you to really reflect on, you know, how you would handle this if you were in those types of situations online. And again, it's getting you to really think about, you know, like, who are you? Like, hopefully you're not the one starting the drama, right? And if you are involved in something that is becoming drama, that you're able to de-escalate, right? By kind of helping people come to their senses and being like, hey guys, what are we saying right now? You know, like, this doesn't sound like it's helpful. Sounds like it's becoming like very dramatic, and I think we need to calm down, right? And you could be like the voice of reason. So that is something for you guys to think about this week. And let me know if you have any questions or you need any help or anything. Otherwise, that's your assignment for the week, okay? So I'll see you guys next time, all right? Have a good day. Bye, guys.